36 games, 2 teams, 1 chance. Who will survive?
What? Who's trying to call me now when I'm trying to do the introduction to this episode? Yeah, hold on, just give me a sec. Steve, how you doing? I'm trying to record the intro to the next episodes. What do you want? What do you mean change to the next screen? Like, what? Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, not the way I wanted to start this episode, but the way we're starting the episode anyway.
That'll fucking do me! Come on, let's go!
But yes, after months of battling relegation, we finally succumbed to the inevitable. And it just happened before the Fulham game, actually, because we were playing at a later date than Cardiff and Everton. And I think one of those teams won, which actually got us relegated. But don't click off the video just yet. The season's not over. I mean, I could still be sacked, or I could keep my job. I mean, which is very unlikely because the board wanted me to avoid relegation. So this could be very interesting. But it's not all doom and gloom at the club after our relegation. Our under-18s won their league title this season, which is fantastic news for our future prospects because most of them will be playing in the first team next year once my entire team leaves. And then I don't have anyone to replace them with. The Winkler also brought me more bad news by telling me that 4 of my players now have their relegation release clauses activated as per our drop into the Championship. I mean, that's also including Christian Pavon, who's probably spent the greatest 12 months of his life in Yorkshire. He scored 1 goal, I think he got 1 assist, and then got injured for 4 months. I mean, what a holiday he's had. Although, I can't see him recommending Huddersfield on TripAdvisor. Liverpool also won the Premier League, which means that the game clearly isn't that realistic. The Winkler also showed full faith in me this season by telling the press that he doubted our survival chances all year, basically. Well, I'm going to be looking for a new assistant manager. Applications in the comments below. And if you're going to tell me you took Woking from the conference to the Champions League in 6 seasons, then don't bother replying. It was very frustrating because we ended up beating Fulham away by 2-1. It's taken me 4 months to get a victory, and the time I finally get the victory, it's after we get relegated. Adama Diakhaby did give us the lead after 17 minutes with a great finish inside the box. And then it was followed up by Jonathan Hogg doubling our lead 3 minutes later with a great header from a corner. And then Callum Chambers scored with like a minute left. It was a consolation goal at best. I mean, that's just pissed me off, really, that we've won 2-1. The social media was quite interesting to read after our 2-1 win away at Fulham. Dominic tweeted that the opposition just can't get the ball past Lursil. I mean, other than the fact that they scored a consolation goal. Dominic, what are you on about, mate? But we do take on Cardiff in our final game of the season. Now, Cardiff do have to win against us to have any chance of surviving, while we just want to win just to finish the season off with a win, really. It would be incredibly annoying if it has taken me until I got relegated to win a game on an episode. Neil Warnock also went out into the press and said that the Huddersfield board should sack me after the season's over. I mean, fuck off, Neil. But now we move into our game against Cardiff at home and our final Premier League game, and hopefully not the final Premier League game that Huddersfield will ever see again. Jonas Lursil starts in goal. He started against Fulham and played very well, so I thought I'd keep him in. The back four sees 1 change in the series, Jorgensen replacing Congolo in centre-back. The midfield 3 is still the same as the last episode, and Peter Crouch makes his full debut for the team on the last day of the season with Chris Brunt on the left wing. And if we see a Chris Brunt assist and a Peter Crouch goal, I'll give someone 20 quid. How about that? It would be one of my greatest achievements in life to take down another team after I've been relegated, because actually that has never happened before. And despite all the sackings that I've gone through, all the relegations I've had to endure, amazingly, that achievement is something I still haven't managed to get yet. Unsurprisingly, it was a game of very few highlights, but Aaron Moy did have a free kick, which was well saved by Etheridge. A corner by Zinchenko was then pinballed around the box, and the ball then fell to Philip Billing, who fired it over the bar. And as you can see, I was making some tactical changes, but I can't remember the changes I was making, so we'll just skip ahead. And amazingly, it was 0-0 at half time. What a game this has been. I cannot wait for this to be in the Championship next year. But we did get a highlight into the second half, and Chris Lerver's free kick was played into the box and Jorgensen was tripped over. Amazingly, we got another penalty against Cardiff. But this time, Christopher Schindler was not going to be taken. It was Chris Lerver, and he fired it into the back of the net. Although Etheridge did get a hand to it. Some would say he was unlucky. I would say it was a bloody great penalty. Cardiff, knowing that they had to win in order to have a chance of surviving, decided to start hitting us on the attack, and they got a corner, which eventually fell to Mendes Lang, who headed it wide. Bloody crap. And as we counted down the minutes towards the end of the game, Steve Mounier, who came on as a sub for Peter Crouch, ran through on goal and hit a shot which Etheridge saved. And with Cardiff pushing a lot of men forward, Chris Lerver managed to block a cross from Mendes Lang. Diakabi brought the ball forward, found Steve Mounier, who put it across the box for Alex Pritchard to make it 2-0 and relegate that shit club from Wales. And amazingly, it's taken until the 38th game for Alex Pritchard to score a goal for me. And that was literally it. We beat Cardiff 2-0. Cardiff have been relegated with us. You love to see it. Although whether I will be managing against Cardiff next season remains to be seen just yet. And by the way, it took until the 38th game and the 9th episode to record a victory in a live com game. Wow. And people say this game's not a marathon. You love to fucking see it. Neil Warnock decided to cry to the press as well and say that I'm still going to get the sack despite the result and our relegation and relegating them. But anyway, I'll see you next season, Neil. The end of the season awards came around, and it says a lot about how good we were this year when Christopher Schindler got player of the season, Matthias Jorgensen was second, and Aaron Moy was third. I mean, Steve Mounier, boys, he got 12 goals this year. And Rajkovic was named as the signing of the season. Although saying that, I mean, the players that he can be compared to, actually, I'm not surprised he's got it. Oh, I just fast-forwarded in the game and then got this in my inbox.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Well, I've had the chat to the board and they want me to get 7 points in my next 5 games, which will be in the championship season. So I'm keeping my job at least. Although I think I am because my contract runs out at the end of June. Wait, what the fuck happens then? But hold on, that does mean I'm still Huddersfield manager, isn't it? In Sean Dyche's version of attempting not to get sacked, he managed to fail because he fell to the bottom of the league after our 2 wins towards the end of the year. I mean, if you're finishing below me in the league and I'm Huddersfield Town, that's valid reason to be sacked. One of the positives from this season is that we made a profit over the year. I mean, I'm not sure how, really, because I spent quite a lot of money in January and the summer. And finally, after those 2 wins, I only finished in 3rd in Manager of the Month. I mean, they are taking the piss, right? Roll on next season. I can't wait to see what shit that I'm up against next year.